Okay, what's up, everyone? Good thing I caught that. Microphone setting was off there. Let's join an arena. Should we do 3-0, 5-0? Let's do 3-0. Let's have some fun. All right, we're live. Let's go. Ooh, it's muted. Okay, what's up, everyone? Oops. Good thing I caught. Unmute. 1590. That's berserkable. And I'm gonna put the mic in the right spot this time. Thank you to a helpful YouTube commenter who told me this is the side. And this is plenty close. Alright, playing a Philidor. This Philidor defense, knight d7, holds the pawn solidly. The best way to play against this is to capture, not that what they did is wrong, but, and now knight g5, this is the #1 move, as I understand it, and queen h5. So it looks like you just dropped the knight whole, right? You only had one defender, and they actually had 2 attackers. But, threatening mate here, we're going to now have a bishop pair. Not that this was the most practical way to play against 1500 when berserking, going straight to an endgame. But, so we defend e4. It's the best way, objectively. Knight b5, c6. Can we hop around into d6, maybe? Knight b5 hangs this. Let's just castle. Get our rook open. This isn't a channel. What's up? c6 is a good move. I mean, it's a Philidor player, so they know what they're doing. Let's play f3 to restrain this knight a little bit. c6 was a good move against my knight. Same exact pattern of that distance. Let's get our rook in there. g7. They're playing very solidly, but they need to get these guys out. b5 is a good option for them. Perhaps I should have played a4. Let's go with rook d1, though. Let's just get everybody in the game. Now we're threatening to take this twice. Knight b6, and is the bishop useful on b3, or should he just come back home? Maybe just come back home with knight f4 coming anyway. I feel like on b3, it was just vulnerable to hits. Oh, not a good move. I think they were okay if they just played bishop e6. Probably bishop b3 is better for that reason. I don't think their position was so bad after bishop e6. I mean, I'm winning the fight for this d line. They don't have access to the d8 square either, owing to the bishop, but they could have kicked that somehow. I don't think their position was so terrible. Of course, now they're just down a piece. Let's just move pretty quick here. G4 and bishop f6. Bishop f6 check doesn't really do anything, but like, it looked cool to me. Hop around a little bit. I'll figure something out. I should have just done that. I need to now take and take. They can grab that. Take e5. Oh, they went there. I had maybe checkmate. They went there. I guess they didn't want the knight coming to d7 and f6. So let's do this. Knight takes. Now that would be mate. So they need... I have bishop. Where's the mate? This is dumb. There. There we go. Okay. Fun game there. Kind of a weird one. Let's go back to the tournament. Mr. Matt Bader, Mr. Sism Channel, welcome, welcome. Played the Hennig Gambit. Your opponent played the bishop g5 line. Can you tell me the moves you're talking about? Berserk. Dutch. Okay. Dutch is fun. Oh, wow. I've got a speedy opponent. What to do here? Just go e6. Oh, seems soft. I guess I don't know. What did I really have there? I could play e5. Going to the pin. Whoa. No way. You're going to castle and get me on these files? Whoa. What's happening? Alright. I'll play d5, d4 before your king gets safe. Maybe. I will try. I will try. Yeah, d4. Queen d5. Knight is awkwardly positioned. Oh, can I get a rook there? Take, take. Well, okay, they want the queen takes. Of course. If I play, like, I want like bishop a3. Wait, let me think about this. I'm attacking this for now. My opponent's played so much faster than me, and I'm the one who berserked. I want like bishop a3 takes, then trade, and rook e8, winning the queen, and so it's pinned. It doesn't have queen takes h7. I don't know. Let's go. Let's just go rook e8. Maybe, did I have something better? All right, whatever. They can castle. Take. Just come here. They actually have check and. It wasn't that clever. Yeah, they have this. It's annoying. They really want to checkmate me here. I should move faster next time. I always have less time than I think. Almost so close. Knight g6. Oh, they want to go queen takes with the mate. That would be nice. Yeah. Would be cool. Here. Would be cool. Oh, c4? Am I losing? I can just get in there, though, I think, at this point. Oh, they have queen takes h6 now! I forgot about it. I need to just recapture the rook. They have queen takes h6. They're rubbing it in. Oh! What? No! That was such a cool mate! Oh, that would have been so cool for this guy. He's 1600, and I'm higher than that. He was plotting it too. He was like, oh, I can't get him on h7. Let me bring over the other rook. I mean, I think so. So let me trade the knights. Now I'm threatening queen takes h6. But then we both forgot about it. Ah, poor guy. He had queen takes h6. I should have just recaptured here. But a queen takes b3. Oh, okay. Damn. Okay, I got away with one. I got away with one. Hoo, 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 hoo. What's up, y'all? Oh, wait, let me put in my stream that it is leechess.org, right? Oh, this is a high-rated opponent. I will not berserk. Bishop g5. Deceiver Gambit? Yes! Don the Gambit glasses, baby. Oh, bishop takes e5. Okay, actually a good move. Actually a good move. Better move than pawn takes e5 in my humble opinion. However, can I just actually start him out with f6? Play knight c6 first? I don't know. I have no obligation to play this first with bishop. Yeah, let's start him out with f6. Come right at this bishop. Bishop g3, h5. Bishop f4 gives me... Oh, that's why I did it first. I don't want that to check. Something went wrong. Here, check, yeah? I need to go... I need these moves included. I need those moves included. Knight c6. I should have played last turn. g5, there's this check. Okay, and still. Alright, let me actually deal with this. Now I'd have bishop f7, but they should just play h3. They're probably okay. Okay, wait, now... But still, they never play knight f3. So here, they're probably okay just taking the knight and then playing h3. This... And now they can develop right here. Interesting. Maybe I should have had c5 and queen b6. Okay, but this is alright. I'm just going to go queen d6 and castle. Interesting one. I misplayed this a little bit. I played f6 too early. I should have just gone knight c6, threatening to attack the bishop. I think that was the problem. But it's still difficult to get out of here if you are white. Quite difficult, I might say. Let's go g4. g4, f4. Okay, let's play f5 to play h4. This should be my target. But knight f1... Wow. I don't think that's smart. Okay, let's trade everything. I don't know. I'm happy to open things right there. Knight takes... I'll just go bishop takes. Okay. Bishop h6. It's gonna be pretty categorically useful. Against... with ideas of f4, g4, h4, something. Bishop wasn't doing anything here. Okay, they keep taking things. Let's go f4 or g4. Let's go g4. Open that. Now takes, and I have take g3. But takes, can they add this? Queen e6 or h8. Take. Oh, but I have something simpler, which is just take, and maybe queen d5. This... no. Because they had knight f4 there. No, we're down too much time here. Yes, something was not so perfect about the way I played that. Try and play as fast as I can here. What? No way. What just happened? What? Queen d3? Yeah. Wait, I need to go here. There we go. Now, this way. What? I won? I have no words. I should not have... there's no reason I should have won this. There's just no reason. Okay. The last two games have been some of the lowest quality wins that I've had in a while. Oh, I just went to edit my stream. And, leechess.org. Okay. And I crossed 7,000 subscribers, so thanks so much to all of you. Let's go back to the tournament. Alright, well, let's see if we can't do alright in this arena. I missed a lot here on the chat. Yeah, the Von Hennig against the Caro-Kann, as you all are discussing. Oh my god. Is what I recommend. Here's why I recommend it. Here's why I recommend it. Let's put on those Gambit glasses. The Von Hennig Gambit is accepted. So e6 is played, shutting out this bishop. Bishop f5 and bishop g4 both had problems. But now with this bishop shut out, oh, this is... Oh my goodness. Kid in a candy store. Candy is this king. I am the child. The candy is free. It's so tasty. It's so tasty and so plentiful, all these checkmates. So sweet. Von Hennig Gambit. Why is it so good? Why is it so good, and why does it always win? People don't realize how dangerous this position is, and how like black can already get checkmated so quickly here. Let's get him with knight g5. So I don't have immediate access to h7, so I can't checkmate right away. Okay, that's something. That is something. This knight can replace the other one if I were to just go rook takes and try and get him there, and I don't have bishop h7 at this moment. I don't have either rook lift squares, so what I'm going to do is go knight takes. Still not allowing that knight to move, because I have queen h7. Their only resource would have been like here and like the queen over. Like the queen can't come over that way through that. So, I mean, there's really almost no defensive resource once you get here. Rook e8 and bishop f8 or something like that would have been the only thing. But it's not going to be possible when I have like bishop h7. Check. King h8, knight takes f7, something like that. So here, like a number of things are winning. Rook takes, I mean, knight takes, everything takes. But I'll show maybe a quick one. And bishop h7. Yeah, the rook is an additional benefit that wasn't even necessary here. King h8, I have knight takes, checkmate, and knight takes, I have queen takes and takes. So not even using that rook, actually, which could have really killed. Yeah, the bishop takes h7, the bishop takes h6 sacrifice is really always checkmating here. Let me show what I mean, as this is really speak of the devil. I just can't get enough of this. I just can't get enough of this. My win rate in this position is just unbelievable. I mean, it's like we're at 80% and I'm still playing good people. Takes. So, yeah. When they play e6 and shut this bishop out, what happens is that I can take this diagonal all for myself, and without this pawn is an additional benefit. This position looks totally unsuspecting, like you just have normal development, you're up a pawn. But without this pawn, the queen gets a post that she should really only be getting if the knight weren't there, right? This is the standard knight that should defend a castled king. It can keep the queen out of aggressive spots, and it can defend h7, and it can also like shield another diagonal. So it can do a lot, but I am able to quickly get to this square, which is pretty much just as good as h5, without that pawn being there. And with the bishop and the queen, put a ton of pressure on h7. We've talked about this a number of times. h6 is not possible to relieve that pressure, right? So the knight is frozen, can't move at all. h6 can't relieve that pressure because I control the other diagonal, and as you saw here, this I mean, overwhelms really quickly. And otherwise, yeah, I'm going to play bishop g5, I'm going to play knight e5, I'm going to take it, and I'm going to take it, or take it. You know, you're not going to be able to keep a knight there. I'm just going to get you. If you play g6, that's probably what you're going to have to do, but then I can, like, keep piling up, like, on that knight, on the pawn behind it, rooks come over, and yeah, simple does it. Best line is to play here with bishop f5 or bishop g4, but we got tricks against those as well. Bishop g4 is not a good one. Bishop takes e4 was winning. Yeah, I mean, a lot of things was winning. Teach you, you're a Caro player. Uh-oh. Oh, this guy berserked. Okay, I should berserk back. That's only courteous. Alright, how about a Popel Gambit? Similar vibes. Similar vibes. Bishop f5, we're again making it tough. Because, oh, bishop g4 is actually an interesting move. It is rare. It's rare. I think, yeah, I played here knight e2. I'm still... That's really weird. Play here to go here. I don't have f3 and queen takes f3. I do have knight g3, though, which feels like a better move. Really weird, isn't it? h4, just h6. f3. f3 seems like fun. Do it anyway, even though I don't have a bishop to attack anymore. Kind of funny. Okay, bishop b5, d5. These are good options. This I left hanging for a sec, but I'm never really too scared to leave that hanging. Okay, am I winning? a6, takes. d5. I guess check. I need to save that with bishop e3. Bishop a4, b5. Knight b5 takes, bishop b5. No, I can't. Okay, let's go takes. Knight takes, they have check on e5. It's annoying, check. Yeah. Let's castle then. Doesn't really get me out of danger too much. Let's go here. Queen 5, that because I want that to be checkmate. I want that to be checkmate. So let's go bishop. Yeah, okay, I'll get that out of danger. Why not? Done a lot of time. By the way, we're just gonna castle. I'm not down anything. Yeah, I'm not down anything. We can take these off. It's not fair to keep them on. Gotta give them a chance. Here, bishop takes e7. If that. Queen is out of squares almost completely. Okay, they can castle. But they're losing lots of things. Shout out to that knight. Oops. Don't get mated on f1. How could I have guessed you would go there? People are so sneaky with their checks. Never would guess that they would do a check. It was an interesting line against the Von. So this is the Popel Gambit. Also, one of my favorites on my channel. If you want to just play the Popel every time, which is so valid, start with d4, then knight f6 or d5 will come most likely, and either way, you know, you can pretty much get this position to come. e4 takes, right? So whether that happened d5, e4 takes, and then knight c3, knight f6. Now we play bishop g5, and again, the point is to play against this bishop, right? If they shut it out, we go with our favorite attack. Boom, boom, boom. Castles, queen e1, queen h4, checkmate. If they went with bishop f5, that's the whole point, is that we delayed it to play queen takes f3 and attack here and here. My opponent did something kind of weird, where they went bishop g4, which is covered in my original video. Yeah, knight e2, and we attack at h3, g4, knight f4, and we can get this pawn back, castle long, and again, give them lots of problems. The thing is, that whenever they play e6, they open up this pin, and so not only does it make e4 really easy to recapture with the knight pinned, but it also makes d5 pretty effective. But they played bishop g4 and then came back, baiting the knight to e2, which is a little strange. So we went with the gambit anyway here. Queen takes f3. Yeah, it's a tough position to play for black. So to guard this is c6, e6. You got to play it like that in the right order to keep d5 out of your face. But like even here, so I mean, this is just such a nice, pleasant position to play for white. I mean, come on, this is everything we want from a gambit. Again, it's very hard for black to get their king out of the center or find ways to bring their pieces out. The one piece they do bring out becomes a liability for us to attack in a number of different ways. And knight f6, like that's another piece that now makes e6 very difficult because the knight gets pinned and I'm ready to take advantage of that. So just lots of fun stuff in the Popel Gambit. Let's get back to that arena. The Popel Gambit, I play as an e4 player against the Scandi every time. 1847. What's up? Oh, a birds. We're just getting a Gambit rainbow today. Knight f6. The lane held Gambit out of the From's Gambit. No, declined. Okay, I think I have to recapture. But queen takes c7 is a fun one. Do I know what's happening here? Is this just a pawn? Should I just take this? Something I'm missing? I didn't berserk this game, actually. I don't know why. What am I missing? I'm actually kind of curious. Okay. I don't think I missed anything. I could castle takes and then try and pester that bishop. What I really want is to cut their castle. Seems like I won't be able to achieve that so easily. Bishop f5 is very reasonable here. But so is like knight c5, I feel like. I'm trying to like... I don't think you want that if you're white. C takes d3. Castle. Can I go king d7 to prep rook e8? No, the position's not like that. They can just castle themselves. Alright, let's just go here. Bishop e7 seems pretty annoying, threatening this again. I'll just go here. Okay, give me that. I have check. It's an awkward trade, queen trade for them. It's probably the best continuation. And I think we're just better out of the opening. I got my pawn back. I'll even go the other way with my king. This is very, very yucky. Both for the development of the bishop. So they're finding something. But let's go knight b4, looking at knight c2 and this pawn. Bishop f5 makes sense. Castle's long makes sense. Knight d4 makes sense. Yeah, let's go here. d4. Bishop e6. Probably just play bishop d6, yeah. Yeah, just tough situation. I think e4 was not what they meant. Oh, let's get back to the game. So knight a3 they play to keep my knight out of c2, but now we take here, stopping bishop b2, and a knight in their face that can also maybe hop in there. Attack c7. Just castle to deal with that. Yeah, you should watch out for these spots. As soon as... So what happens if I hop around? Check, king here, check, king here. I don't think I have too much. I'll back up. Seems still potentially annoying. Don't need to give them a7 either. Okay, now they took the h2 square for their king. Let's continue to bring all of our pieces. When in any doubt, just move your worst piece. Good roll of thumb. Now I have this, knight of 2. And we are picking up an exchange there. That knight forked the rook that just landed there. Let's drive this guy out of town. Not c6 would have given knight d6 check, owing to the bishop. A simple f6 makes sense here. Don't get trapped with knight e4. I think we're fine, just bishop e3. f6, just parrying that knight from a distance. No hops. Now we've got some tricks. Let's go takes with that knight on an unprotected square. Any piece on an unprotected square should be sounding alarm bells for potential tactics. And that's also why we brought our rook into the game. You can also see here, yeah, any of these moves could have been annoying potentially. I'm just smart to just deal with them in a quick game. I think I might have just blundered bishop c5 because that's not protected. Bishop c5 wouldn't have been actually a big deal at all. I had rook takes f3 because that was not protected. This is trapped. Not quite. I'll just trade rooks. Did I have rook d3? Not really. Should I take it? Just go here. Takes rook b1, bishop g3, a4. Need control of the square. Defend. I was hanging. Okay. I'll go there. I don't even want to trade it. Don't even want to trade it. That pawn is too valuable. Okay. GG. GG. Alright. We're doing alright in this arena, but some people are doing even more alright. We late joined a bit. Just a bit. What's up, everyone? Yeah, we got some good stuff here. All our friends are in the chat. Please don't Gambit me. No promises, buddy. No promises. Gambit. How have I never thought of that before? Oh my goodness, what a lyrical genius. You actually play a Latvian against me. You sly dog. You sly dog. What happens here? This takes knight of 7, I'm sure. I'm sure there's something I don't know. I'm sure there's something I don't know, like takes d5. Oh, that's funny. What a funny situation. Alright, I'll take this pawn. I don't know, why should I just let you take it? d5. What if I, like... Here? Or I'll play d4. Keep my knight solid. I feel like my opponent didn't do their prep right, if they had it at all. Because I feel like this could have been a lot trickier. And it wasn't. And I'm disappointed that I wasn't tricked. Oh well. This pin seems annoying. Yeah, that knight there was attacking two dudes. This is a good maneuver. It's just you don't have the h5 square, right? I can just take it. I don't know. Is this guy gonna Gambit me? Will I be Gambitin? I think I'm just up 2 pawns. Oh well. Just stack them. Knight should probably be coming in there somehow. Queen h3, knight in. I'll bring my other rook in before I do that. I didn't want to give all that. I mean, yeah, we just kind of covered all the squares. Like, that's a good diagonal, but was not able to pair with the, like, queen h5 stuff, right? Yeah, you gotta Gambit first. I think, what could he have done that was trickier? I'm not an expert in this line. It takes... Yeah, I'm fine just trading everything on f5, honestly. Oh, he's not. Just wanted to trade everything and go rook e7. It's not to be. Ooh, fancy. Takes, sack the queen. This, been rook e7 now. Should be good. Oh. Yeah. I think with the Latvian can be really tricky against an unprepared player. Definitely. Let's go rook takes e6. Pawn takes... I didn't need to give that. And I was unprepared. But knight takes e5, I mean, they just kind of went d5 and then struggled to win back this 1 pawn out of the 2 they sacrificed, right? So not exactly the most intimidating continuation. I have a lot of options here. I think this is pretty nasty. Takes, still check, and then I'll open up their king. I also could have just saved my rook. I understand they want to attack, but... And I admire the spirit. Let's just not really organized too properly. It's okay. Check. They need queen f7, or else I'm just getting them there. Rook f7, they hang that. But, like, I'm not going to trade queens. Yeah. Why would I? Like, your king is more open than mine. Did I miss Rookie 1 check there? Rookie 1 check and takes, yeah? Did we both miss that? Yeah, it was totally there. Rookie 1 check and take my queen. I keep getting lucky and lucky and lucky. How is anyone this lucky? Okay, I'll trade queens finally. I've taken enough stuff. Alright, GG. Yeah, he did have Rookie 1 check to win the queen. So, yeah, interesting line with the Latvian with playing f5 on the second move there. But should have, like, I don't know, play like f takes e4, just kind of lose the rook in those situations. I'm not sure what the prep was. Alright, what do we got here? Center game? Danish. Alright. Danish players keep telling me there's something great against d5 here, but I just don't know what it is. Okay, I guess it's this. So h6, and then we trade into an equal endgame. Bishop e6. Takes. And Gambit b7. Go here. Maybe another pin. Should I go knight takes or queen takes? They don't have to take it. Okay. Knight takes castles. I mean, it's all just equal. Is d5 not just like the most dry equality, like guaranteed? There must be something I'm missing about this. Alright, let's keep the queens on if we can. Bishop c2, I have the nice answer, bishop f5. Not only not getting mated, but winning their bishop. Hop in. C2 and hop in. Maybe we got some juicy targets around here. Some juicy juice. Queen f6, bishop f5. I don't know about queen f6 actually. Queen takes, there's rook e1. Bishop takes, there's also that. Okay, let's just go bishop takes. Maybe keep the queen out this way. Queen I need some square. I don't have any squares for my queen to land. Let's go here. Yeah, hard for my knight to... Typically the knight's very good at making threats there. Just needs a little bit of help. Comes a mate threat to deal with. Trying to arrange now bishop d7, rook e8. Maybe a knight move and bishop c6. And queen e5. Bishop d7 would be good, because it also threatens bishop f5 now with the pawn here. I mean, that's not actually true. I would lose the knight, but rook e8 is what I want. And the e5. What would happen? I probably just have to take it. I can't go rook e8. Takes, hits my queen. Yeah, I think after an e5 they're okay. I would just trade. Queen takes. h3. Just king f1. Bishop b5. That's actually an interesting position. Here, take, h3. Takes, queen takes f3. Otherwise, trying to grab the f2 pawn. Okay, they just go there and give me this. Now on h3. Okay, king h1, they have that guarded. What should I do with this? Here. It was under attack. They spent a lot of time there. Rook e2 now I have on the table. Yeah, suddenly we've arranged some pretty good stuff. Knight takes g2. Wait, why am I just completely winning? I can play rook d8 first. No, this position is too good. It shouldn't have been this good. Oh, they have knight takes. I didn't even see that. Okay, I should go check. Queen h4. Let's go back. Wait, hang on. Okay, we need to get out of there, actually. I actually messed this up. Flag. Another high quality win. Oh man, this guy's username was the Sever Gambit. I wonder if that's a Severance reference. I just got super into Severance and I've been watching it. All my friends were like, oh my god, Severance Season 2 is out. I'm like, what's that show? And so I started watching Season 1. Yeah, I mean, it was just like dry equality here. Like this was super good position. I understand, yeah, knight takes e1 was the point, so I lost my knight takes g2 resource. I think what I needed was rook d8, queen moves, and then knight takes g2, and then I was winning this. Or even just like, yeah, rook d8, knight h3 takes, some combination here against these squares with the knight here with the bishop queen. I mean, this should have been good. But yeah, I mean, stop playing the Danish. Why would you play an opening where I know literally no theory, but I have the most easy possible equality? If I just play this one move on move 3. Or, you know, there's a lot of lines that you can know here where you just need to throw in d5 at some moment. I don't really get it. It's something that I'm missing. I don't know why it's so popular. Play the Goring Gambit for life. I just don't get the appeal. Of course it's fun if they do what you want, but you can't be playing an opening and then just like really hoping you don't face this one move on move 3. It just sucks to play any opening hoping for anything. What should I do here? Transpose d5. I think here go takes. As I understand it, this is a not great version Or did I just have knight b5 right? Yeah, I just had knight b5 right away, didn't I? How are you guarding this? King d8, right? I missed that. Okay. I could double these. I can double these. Yeah, I just actually accepted an equal endgame. This was a little foolish on my part. A little foolish. Should I come back? Is it that bad? Take c6. Is it worth it? Okay, I need to take it. I don't know. Are you going to do it? Should I play pawn takes or queen takes? Probably queen takes. I should have. I regret how I played this. E3. Played d3. This could have been good. Now as soon as I was starting an 82. Oh, no time. Alright, let's do this. I wish they'd give me that warning like a little sooner in general. Ooh. Stop, don't hurt me. Queen 4, bishop e3. You're gonna come out this way. Now rook g1. Rook g1 first. Yeah, they didn't like that. They didn't like their idea there. Ooh. Rook g7 I should play. Should have done that last turn. Yeah, it's pretty much a pre-move. Rook e7, and I would go check and take. Right? Yeah. Oh, wow. It's a little desperate. Faster. There we go. We got him. Oh, man. I had a, like, what was I down on the clock there? In a worse position? It's pretty funny. I was down, when I noticed my time, 2:30 to 20. And it's minus 0.7. Oh, man. We're just messing around here. I think, yeah, we've won each game. We've won each game. We spent some time analyzing. We late joined. And we're going to podium. As long as... Okay, you're not in the middle of a game. Oh, that's sweet, sweet digital trophy. Sweet, sweet digital bronze trophy. All for me. And you guys were here to witness it. Count yourselves lucky. Hello, Edmonton, Norway. Wow, these are great places. I thought it was cold here in New York. But I'm not from Edmonton or Norway. What is the temperature there right now? We got, what do we got? 29 Fahrenheit. That means nothing to you. That's like about 0 Celsius. Just under 0 Celsius. Let's join another arena. What time is it? It is 6:56 here on the East Coast. Let's see. You guys want 3-0, 5-0, or 10-0? Or 1-0? Comment below. Vote now. Thank you, guys. Yeah, I got that was a very lucky arena. That was fun. I had a lot of fun with that one. I find it funny, like, sometimes I'm like, oh man, I wish you would have found that. Like, I just like good chess, you know? Some people are on here, like, raging at their keyboard, like, stalling out games when they lose. That's okay, I report them. 10, 10, 5, 1, 5, 5. Okay. We got 2 for 10, 3 for 5. I'll let a couple more votes roll in. Try to play some more exciting Gambit content. You know, it'll be longer games so we can keep these more educational. Longer than 3, because it'll be 5 or 10. Got another for... Oh, so I got 3 for 10, 3 for 5. Yeah, the one vote for 1-0. I want to learn some bullet theory. I got nothing for you. I don't study bullet. Is bullet theory like, oh, they start the fianchetto and you play bishop h3 to go bishop takes g2 on a pre-move? I don't know what bullet theory is. I just try to move fast. You want to learn flagging. Am I the expert flagger? That's so funny. You want to learn flagging skills. It is a skill. Like people are like, bullet's not real chess. You're absolutely right. It's not real chess. But that doesn't mean it's not a totally different skill, which is like mouse skills and flagging skills and tricky stuff that, you know, throwing in the check when they're not expecting it, right? So that their move isn't legal. Like, these skills have nothing to do with chess. Almost nothing to do with chess. But they are skills. Like, you know, if I played Andrew Tang, he would adopt me, double adopt me. Alright, we got 3 for 10, 3 for 5. I need a tiebreaker. Best of 7. 7-game series. Can't stand bullet, but I appreciate the talent behind it. I want to offer some educational, aggressive opening ideas, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure I'm going to play bullet. Maybe next time. Quick. It's 6:59. Right 10 or right 5. It's 3-3. Did I count this right? 1, 2, 3 for 10, unless someone wrote 5, 5, 5. What do we got? I don't know what to do. Give me a vote. Give me a vote. Right 10 or right 5, someone. You guys are talking about everything else. 5. There we go. Let's do it. Oh my god, I just got 2 more comments for 10. I wonder if the same people are commenting multiple times. Oh my god, okay, I just got 3 votes for 10, and I think those are different people. Let's do 10. Something new. Oh, it's a 2-hour arena? Alright. Oh, this will be good for my rapid rating. My rapid rating is a question mark. How many people cook with the fish stock on? How many people are cheaters on late chess? I don't know. Hopefully none. Hopefully they all get banned. So the thing about late joining a rapid arena is that I won't have a game until someone finishes, which could be a minute. Could be a minute. That's kind of annoying. Okay, someone did finish. Oh! Number 2 guy in the arena. Number 1 versus number 2. Alright, let's play a quality Grafe Benko Gambit. Delayed Benko with A6 and then C5 in this order, as outlined in a full 70-minute repertoire video. Now we play B5. And more often than not, they will take it 2 times. And we have a better version of the Benko. Now, there's many other options for white here. But this resulting position, in which we will don our Gambit glasses. My opponent's making pretty quick decisions, and they have had a lot of big decisions for this time control. Knight d6 check is very, very tempting, and very, very bad, actually, I will say. Knight c3 is a common one. Also, to run that knight back off sides. For example, bishop f4, queen a5 check could have forced that knight right back. You don't need to bring it up back on your own volition here. Here comes d5. Potentially d4. Potentially e5. Just run it right over. Yeah, at the end of this, I'll talk about all of white's other options and why this position actually is a Benko Gambit position. Standard Benko Gambit. Right, with c5, d5, b5. Here, here, here takes a 6 and c3. But that's not a good line. It's not considered to be a great line. Okay, they play e3 here. Lots of options. Did I talk about... I think I talked about e5 in one position in the video. Not this one. Just play bishop d6. I think simple. Well, e5... Yeah, e5, e4 comes at some moment, yeah? I'm trying to remember. There's nothing wrong with just here and castles. But there was e5, e4. 5 check. Bishop d7. Not remembering exactly. Alright, I'll play an ac6. Nothing wrong with this setup. Knight d7 and bishop b7 was also a valid setup. Okay, they go with that. Should my bishop come here or here? I think this makes the most sense. Next, just bishop d6 and castles. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. So yeah, e5 now. Let that go. Well, okay, it was still actually arguably playable because takes, and queen a5 check won the bishop. So it's not like e5, e4 is nice. It's not totally necessary. I don't think it's totally necessary. We've sacrificed a pawn. b3, bishop b2. So, if losing this, 4. Something that makes some sense to me is this is our old-fashioned, old reliable. Same idea, just keeps coming up. We don't have the f pawn. We have this diagonal. Can the queen slip around and do our favorite attacking idea that we see from the white side in the von Hennig, in the Alapin, in the von Popel? Just keep going back to the well. h3 could be played here. I don't have bishop takes h3. This is in the way. Bishop is a little busy. Knight is frozen, though, on this. But h3 now is different. Like, I can't just take it. So maybe that's why the pawn should have been up. But e5, in that position, what's going on? Knight take... No, I can't. I close this. h3 is totally playable. They go with this, trying to bring the knight to g3. Something I have here is knight e5, bishop d7, knight f3. Knight e5 takes, and bishop takes b5. But it gets a little weird pretty quickly, those lines. So maybe I should just play e5 without the now having to deal with this pressure on the square. I think this makes a lot of sense. Should I play knight e4 and then capture? Or just e5 right away? 5, knight g3, queen f7, e4. e4 is not a bad resource for them. Let's talk about this a little bit more. Knight e5 takes. Alright, let's start them out with rook b8. They can't just go knight g3. I can take it and win. So I want them to make a decision with this bothersome hit. They could just play a4. In which case I might have just reduced my options. a4. So knight g4. h3. Knight g4. Wait, I have this move. I didn't even see it before, but I saw it. I just didn't realize it was good. I'm attacking this, right? If you play knight g3, I can just take it. hg3 and rook f3. So they go knight f4, but that's just offering me a pawn. I think maybe they were prepared. They had realized the errors of their ways, and I had not realized the errors of their ways. So, alright, but I have to give my bishop if I want this pawn. If I just step back queen h6, there's h3. Rook f4. Doesn't get me anywhere. Let's take this. It's actually not a bad sacrifice, because they're controlling. They really are controlling some important spots. Trying to target this knight somehow at this moment, but coming up empty. Ideas with knight d4. Bishop takes d4. I can't target it at this moment, unfortunately. e5 can't be played, so I'll just take it. h3. Yeah, I mean, these bishops are actually really restricting my squares. And so I don't have anything clever. I don't have anything clever. Oh, whoa, they actually have takes and bishop e5. Well, what's happening there? Rook f3? Bishop b8? No, it's very good for them. I played d4? Yeah, wait, they should take it. Bishop e5. Hits my rooks. We're even on material. I got that pawn, but I traded it for my best piece. I need d4 and e5, e4. They just go with this, offering the queen trade. It's still quite tricky to deal with. Takes. Not obvious what to do. How do I not lose a piece here? This was actually really smart by them. Yeah, I think I'm losing material here. I don't see a way. Well, I have rook c8, right? Yeah, I have rook c8. Okay. Not that my position's good. Yeah, not very good. If it's past the a pawn. It's gonna go knight takes e5, bishop takes e5, rook b5. Just a b5, rook b4. Wasn't crazy. Rook b5, they would play bishop f4, rook b3, a5. Maybe I'd go with this. But that's not what happened. Now I'm just trying to make some trades here and not lose. But they don't want to make trades. This was really, really well played by my opponent, I have to say. Oh, a knight d3, a knight takes e5. I didn't even see this. I didn't even see that at all. Did not even see it. No, they have this. The knight doing everything. Yeah. Oh, even better. That's hanging. Without the knight. Okay. Wow. Something went wrong here. Because they played this. Okay, question. This. Yeah, okay. Too early to roll with that. Knight c6. I played bishop d7, but the bishop should have come here. This is the setup. Bishop needs to be here. Yeah, the bishop was terrible on d7 the whole game. It really made e5 impossible to play because I didn't have the defense here. Did nothing but just get crossed. So castles, and then my knight also would have been free. It actually would have made a huge difference, and the bishop would have been operating. So I think that's, wow, an even bigger difference maybe. I mean, it's a 0.8 difference, but I think it's really made a huge difference in the game, and I couldn't understand why my position became so difficult to play. Here, yeah, I mean, because this bishop does nothing, there's really no problems White has. Yeah, they could even just play h3 to relieve it right away. What they did, I mean, they just kind of threw together an idea here of knight here, but, like, there's really no problems. I can't, like, I only have a couple pieces playing. And I'm like, why is this so annoying? Well, because it is, yeah. Okay, knight b4 I should have just played, just offer this trade and just move on. I went with knight g4. This was a great move on their part. I mean, really smart, because they've got a lot of problems on h2. Otherwise, if they play, like, I'm attacking it 3 times. If they play h3, I have rook takes f3, right? And this looks pretty nice. However, knight f4, I mean, what a move. Because it gives this pawn, but for my bishop, and like I said, these are stuck. I have a light square bishop just dealing with this pin. They drive my knight away, and then they can just dominate the square, right? So knight e5, I mean, everything they did was completely correct. I mean, yeah. Literally a totally flawless game by Dwight Dans. What can you do? And 82 knight f4 is a really, really nice maneuver. Alright, oh well. Oh well. Best student managed a couple of these in his recent tournament in Berlin. The Grave Benko, awesome. It worked well. The Czech defense. The Czech perk, like d6, c6. I think you can just hit that with e5, really. Like, I think that's the best way to play against it. Like, d6, c6, you can let them go queen a5. Like, e4, d6, d4, knight f6, knight c3, c6, f4, queen a5, e5. I know that is, like, there's some stuff you gotta know. In general, though, okay, let's try and maybe get back in this arena a little bit. In general, though, I like my Grand Prix setups. Play a Goring, though. This guy's 1800 on the dot. I played the Grave Delay Benko last week, and he played knight f3 anyway. You have a few options there. As we play queen b3, targeting f7. So no knight h6 with the bishop. No castles, of course. So some awkward queen move must be made. You have a few options there, one of which is playing c5 anyway. d5 and then playing a Benoni. The other, queen d7 was a little bit better than queen e7. Knight a5, now there's this check that just forces the knight right back. If the queen were on d7, knight a5 would be able to make that trade. Now, yeah, so check. Should I go here or here? Go here. Yeah, go right back. Now I will... Well, should I play knight d5? I'll castle first while I think about things. Bishop d7 looks like, yeah, I might be able to get them to castle, but the problems on c7 are severe. You need to go back to d8 and again think about what you have done. So let's go bishop g5, f6. Some fun stuff there. e5, I should maybe just explode. Here, e5. Probably best to get the queen just off of this. Completely. No nonsense. And now we'll make sure any e takes d5 will end badly for them with rook on e1. Bishop g5 was also playable. This might have been a crucial waste of time, actually. How to break through. e5. No. How to break through. Something not as I intended. Queen c2 is not the best, probably. Knight takes. I'm not sure. Well, now if I go e5, takes, knight takes, can you castle? Okay, still yes. But, okay, now you don't want to castle. I would give that. Queen takes I thought was okay for them. Okay, I'm not going to let you castle now. Let's get him with e5. I play excellent. Oh, thank you. That's really nice. What a nice thing to say. Okay, let's take. Queen takes not possible. So pawn takes forced. And then I was thinking about take on f7. Take check. King is here, pawn is here. King f8. What would I do there? Rook d1. Seems good. I mean, the other option is also okay. Just like take, rook d1. But this is good. Let's go with that. Take. Just tear open that poor king. I mean, they don't have any other choice. You can't just, whoa. No, you can't. Check. It's check, and I will take on h7. GG. Yeah, I mean, I think they had a chance here. I think I kind of blew it a little bit here. I wasn't a huge fan of my queen c2. Okay, queen c2 was actually totally reasonable. They were defending well, and I was letting my advantage slip a little bit. What was, like, the blow here I missed? Knight g5. Oh, yeah. Hit f7 before they're able to castle to just deal with it. Before they're able to just castle deal with it. I thought... Oh, because knight e5 they maybe don't have because of... Yeah, problem right there. Knight e5 typically can be a very nice way to just attack the bishop and defend. If you move and give them that square, right? That's why, you know, in the beginning, we're going queen b3, leaving the knight here to cover knight e5. So we're attacking f7 and making them do something awkward. Sorry, guys, I'm not taking challenges at this moment because I'm in the middle of arena. But nice goring overall. My opponent made a slip up here with knight takes recapture. And it just prevented them from being able to castle safely. And yeah, I'm just thinking, I don't want your next move to be a development move. I don't want your next move to be castles, you know? I'm just trying to prevent what it is that they want to do. Oh, what's up, guys? How old am I? I'm 25 years old. 25 is also my ranking in this arena right now. All Berserk back against Leonid Desman. Leonid as men. This could go so many different ways about, like, how to... A Bushcast Gambit against me? Have I faced one before? Oh, what are you doing? Didn't play knight f6. Oh my goodness. I was so touched. We almost played a Bushcast Gambit against me. Go here. Take the queen, take the king. Just go here. Hippity hoppity. Is he gonna play like g5, g4 and castle long? Oh. Yeah, this guy's not a fan of my channel, actually. Damn. I got really excited. He played a Bushcast Gambit against me, right? Like, back me up here, chat. What's up, guys? Wrote. Okay, wait. Hang on. I'll get to check perk theory in a second. Sorry that I gave an unsatisfactory answer. Alright, let's not get my bishop checked. I'm sorry, William, but when answering the check defense question, you said, in general, I like my setups. Oh, okay, I didn't catch that. Yes, I will repeat that. Hang on. That's actually... Let me... I wasn't focused at the time I answered that question, and so I won't... And so I answered it really quickly. And I won't repeat the same mistake right now. Just play c3, cover some squares. What did you say? You played the same against the bush gas as I played bishop c4. Yeah, bishop c4. He's gonna play knight f6, and I was gonna play knight takes c5. I was gonna play the A Wonder counter gambit. It was the line of wonder Liang improvised over the board at U Chicago. Can I just take this and take this? Why do I have to deal with this pin? Bye-bye, pin. What do we got? Boom. Give me that. Boom. Yeah, that's what you get for playing a fake bush gas gambit. I'm upset. This guy played with me. He played on my heartstrings. I thought I was facing my first bush gas gambit, and it was gonna be such a proud teacher moment. First bush gas in the wild, you know. I gotta check the Lee Chess database. I actually, maybe I'm lying. I don't remember though. Play g3 here. It's kind of a spicy move because like takes, rook takes d3. You take that one, but I thought I could trap you now. We have knight g5. We'll just take and take d5. Yum. Sometimes I just make myself laugh. Okay, let's go here. Attack g5. Ooh, you know what would be cool? If I could take g5 and if I could take g6. Don't forget about him. Don't forget about him. Should I checkmate on the h line, though? Got so many ideas. Okay, let's go here. H line seems like something could happen. Although, I don't know. I had some other ideas. It's okay. Go rook e5. Take that. Take that. Because, yeah, queen h3, they have rook h8 now. Yeah, they could play rook h8 themselves, but, you know, there's nothing they can do on the h line. Just going to take this. Now, should I take e6 or g5? Just yummy, yummy, yummy pawns. Lots of pawns for William. Yum. Could have traded the queens. But lots of tricks here. You gotta be careful where you put the queen. I could just take this. But should I be trickier? No, I'll just take this. Why not? Still no checks on this diagonal. Threatening rook e7, queen f6, queen g6. Yeah, we got him. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. So cute that it upsets you. Like, bishop c5, he followed it up with d6 so fast, right? That's something I do against, like, Vienna's. He played, oh my god, a single second? It's like he pre-moved it. This was upsetting. I mean, I just outplayed him, but, I mean, come on. Come on! Don't play bishop c5 and not play a real bush gas gambit. Oh, man. It's okay. Just builds the anticipation for the future. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I actually think I played a pretty good game there. Really brought out my inner fury of true bush gasness. Here, we're about to show him. We're about to show them. Okay, please take my pawn. How to play a bush gas gambit. See, I'm not going to defend it right away. Ah! You're killing me. Take my pawn. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. boy, oh boy. Let's go here. Okay, castle. Castle for me. No. Do me a favor and put your king over there so I can attack it. Do me a favor. Please. Okay. Do me this favor. Take this so that I can look like a genius and my rook can open up. I should just play bishop e6. I should just play something innocuous. Like, oh no, I don't want that to happen. Yes! Oh my... I look like such a genius right now. I put my rook there. Why would you put your rook there? Well, it was so deep because takes and then it opened up. Okay, wait. This can be a little dangerous if this all pours in. My king is in the middle of the board. If I play f5 right now... Takes. Rook g2. Oh, that's actually smart. Well, f5, if they play queen h5, could be dangerous for me. I could play... No. Careful. Careful. Bishop e6, queen h5. No, but that's not what you want. What I wanted. What you wanted. Who am I talking to? Okay, hang on. f5, queen h5. It's difficult to deal with. Should I play rook g5 here? Just to stop queen h5? But rook g5, they play queen f3. Knight d4. Knight f6. New spot for my king. e7. It's not really what we wanted to do. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna play f5. It's okay. Queen h5, I think I can just play bishop e6. Here Oh, I can just take the knight. Well, okay, they have knight c7. I lose my rook. But then I hit him with knight d4. Yeah, and we're having all the fun. Okay, gambit time. I don't know why I'm wearing the gambit glasses, but I'm going to justify it by gambiting this rook. No. I think I gave my opponent too much credit. Not to be too rude, but... maybe they just played knight h4 to defend here. But I actually think my position was dangerous. I think I was messing around with rook g8. Knight d5, knight h4, following it up with queen h5. I'll review that. Okay, here it is, knight b3, winning the queen. Yeah, something went weird there. Anyway. This is still annoying. Funny enough. Funny enough. I'll just go king d8, c6, bishop e6. I messed up this game. I got away with one. Okay, blunder for offering the pawn, blunder for not taking the pawn. Typically, like, we can do our song and dance of more blunders. Okay, defend. And so, yeah, this is my evil plan, is that I like going h6, g5, g4, and then opening that up if their king is there. Rook g8 is a really testy move. Yeah, just go here. Okay, let's say they just go like queen d2. Yeah, h6. I mean, it matters that they can't just like come in here and cause problems. But they can castle along, so g takes isn't always great. I mean, g takes can be great if their king were there, but you saw the issue, like I didn't really have much counterplay. The king was on e1, not g1. So the g line's not, like, it would be great if they were at a castle in this position, right? Okay, I would just go right there. Whether or not there was a pawn there, I'd go right there. if their king were here on g1. h4. Tricky position, right? Okay, this was a blunder due to queen h5. Yeah, I mean, I think the obvious moves in queen h5, it's not pleasant. This is hanging knight f5. It's hard to move the queen because of this. All these threats. And then it's like, yeah, I mean, you might have to make that trade, but then you totally lose the light squares. Okay, somehow this worked out. But got the win, and I learned a lesson. What could be better? The check. Okay, so e4, d6, d4, knight f6, knight c3, c6. So the best line, according to the engine, as I understand it, is f4, queen a5, e5. But there's some theory you have to know there, and your opponent will have some preparation, like knight e4, knight d5. What I play is e4, d6, knight c3 is what I play every time because I'm trying to do my Grand Prix. I'm trying to play bishop c4 and f4 and f3 and d3. So that's what I'm trying to do. This, let me show it visually, like that setup, right? Castles, queen 1 here. When their pawn comes to c6, it's a little different. The bishop doesn't play so well on c4, can get hit as I play another Bushcast Gambit. So what I do very often, oh, we got an acceptance this time. Oh, fun. Okay. Wow. So much fun here. Okay. Lots of good moves. Bishop takes f2 is the top move of the engine. Queen d4 check. Hitting here, hitting there, and we can just win that back. However, it's not the most fun choice. The most fun choice would be knight f6. Transposing directly into a Stafford where they played like this. Now, I mean, we could just maybe win the game quickly with knight g4. Hit f2. Even if they castled last turn, oh, okay. Just classic Stafford. Just classic Stafford ideas piling up there and there. No knight here to support d4, or to guard h2, or to keep my queen out of h4. None of that. Should I take this? So it gives queen f3 check in defense. If I step up, h3. What's going on there? Take, bishop g4. I think I can just step up. h3, knight 2. Okay, it's just throwing desperation checks at me. It's not instant mate, you know. I mean, I can make it instant mate if you want. I think I actually had bishop f2, king h1, queen g3, threatening queen h2, right? hg4, and then step back, queen h4 would be checkmate. This could be boom, and then kaboom. Duke kaboom. Queen takes g4, queen g1. H takes g4, queen h4. Checkmate with that controlled. Nowhere for the queen to go. If you still had your bishop and knight that you didn't just hurl forward, you actually would be able to play bishop e2. Not that, you know, it would change the outcome. But anyway. It's a little different. A line you have to know here, I mean, it's covered in the original Bushcast video, is castles. It is totally an option. You play knight g4 anyway. It's actually pretty fun. And you know, there's some good lines there. Queen f3 should be played so that queen h4 can be countered. And queen f3, you play knight e5. But good stuff. Okay, we're tops in the arena. We are streaking on a berserk. So with the check, yeah, I was going to say, so if the pawn comes to c6 early, what I do personally is I put my bishop on g2. And I might even play g4 in one go. Nothing really to stop me. Maybe I'll play h3 and g4. You could play g3 and bishop g2. But I'll play h3, g4. So then I'll have pawns g4, f4, e4. Supported by h3 and d3. I'll castles. And then, you know, often I'll do the same maneuver because odds are they think out of the dark square bishop, right? So then I'll play f5, I'll play queen 1, queen h4, and all that fun stuff. Textbook, as you put it. Textbook Stafford Bushcast checkmate patterns. Barely have to think. Just done it a million times. The signs of life are in this arena as well. Face 2 people over 500 points higher than you in a row. But that's good. That's how we learn. D5 pre-move is pretty spicy. What if I played C4? I guess, you know, what if I played C4? Come on. kill myself. Instead, I play a Von Popel like a real Gambit Chad. What if I played c4? Maybe there's something there. c4, d5, takes c6. I don't... Like a Mora? With that, yeah, it's like a Mora. Alright, let's play an a2. What I want is like h6 and for them to make me. You want me to take this pawn? Make me. Like, I can add h4. h5, f4. e3, I mean, it's, yeah. It's kind of a lame move. So, we had a standard Von Popel. They didn't want e takes f3 because queen takes f3. The tricky line specific to the Von Popel that makes it very, very special from the Black Mardeemer is that we delay playing f3 so that they have to make a decision with that bishop. If it comes out, we have queen takes f3. If they block that bishop, we have knight takes f3 and our standard favorite attack. As they play e6. Oh, I don't want to come backwards with that. Kind of want to keep going forwards. Knight f4. So h4 or knight f4. h4 is certainly the more conservative option. They play h6, I come back. I'll fling it out with knight f4. If I play knight f4 now, I guess bishop d6 is a concern. Alright, I'll play h4. Yeah, I'll show it more visually. Sorry I keep getting distracted. I'd love to see you play 2 knight c3 against the Scandi. 2 knight c3 against the Scandi. Yeah, I mean, knight f6 is a fine move there, right? So is d4. I imagine d takes e4 is fine, but maybe you have something prepared with like d3, I don't know. I mean, like, I like it because it's like uncommon and a little bit like ooh. But I'm not sure there's so much oomph to that. I'm happy to be proven wrong. Alright, so they begged me to take their pawn. I was gonna say asked. I was like, begged me. We played here and here. Ooh. Interesting. Good use of the pin. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to play knight f4. Alright, it's a good thing I played h4 here, or else I'd have to deal with, like, bishop d2. There could be a check or something. My rook is a little bit useful here. So I can't take knight takes e3. It also attacks that. So I should probably just play bishop d2. Nothing wrong with that. Queen d2, takes. I'll just drop back bishop d2. I don't want to have to go pawn takes c3, because if you move these pawns, you're saying I need to castle this way. Like, your king needs somewhere safe to be. It can't be in the middle. So I need to castle this way. So I can't also have pawn takes c3. I mean, unless barring, like, a serious concession in the position from them. But I don't want to also allow pawn takes c3. Then my king would have nowhere safe to go. Right? You need somewhere, if that makes sense. Knight d5 here, bishop b4 was smart. Put some pressure on me. I'm not sure. I think they could have just gone bishop a5. Or just bishop back somewhere. Bishop d6, maybe. Because it wasn't obvious. They were like, thinking about it from their point of view, like, what do I do with my pieces? But think about it from my point of view. I need to move my queen and get my king here. Not so obvious what to do. I would probably try and trade knight f4. But yeah, I would have hit bishop e7, hit that. That would have been annoying, actually. How do I deal with h4? Because h5 is just bishop h4 check. Bishop e7 here would have been nasty. How do you guard that? Okay, anyway. It's not a position that happened. They're still... they are trying to sneak underneath. Queen e2. What do we got? I'm losing this pawn in every line. I'm losing the pawn in every line. Take, check, king e2. Takes... Do you really want that? Rook h3. Queen comes back. And king f2. It's playable, but not my top choice. Queen e2. Takes c2. Okay, wait. I can play like this because in every line at minimum, I'm going to collect c7, I think. So I can parry this with queen f2. Honestly, it's not that unreasonable. The queen's not doing anything here and is even a candidate to get trapped. However, this is fine. But take. Rook c1. Can they get away with grabbing that pawn? Rook c1. Bishop comes to h7. And I would play like d5. They want that guy. Yeah, take here first, right? Don't allow me to take. Okay, bishop takes. Takes c2. Do they want it? Do you want it? That's the question. Rook c1. Bishop h7. d5. Attacks g7, right? They're underdeveloped, but can they get away with this? Castles. d6, fe6. d5. Let me play d5 right now. Yeah, let me play d5 right now. Nothing wrong with rook c1 first. Just thought maybe bishop b3 could have provided some fortification with castles and then recapturing. But I'm trying to press my initiative. Their pieces are still back, and I'm trying to hit here. So ed5, then I would play rook c1. Bishop moves, then takes g7. Rook h7. Then just drop back somewhere. Can they go there? Alright, let's make this trade while I think about things. So if I take g7, that's my pawn back. I'll include rook c1. Yeah, that's my pawn. So they didn't like any of that. They're like, I just need to develop. But it's a serious concession in the position, is it not? Should be a very pleasant endgame for me with the bishop pair. And some weaknesses. So rook h7. Takes c7 there's nothing there. So okay, I'm just gonna have to move it. Here, let's say. Castles, bishop d3. Yeah, we're just gonna do normal stuff. You know what I should just do? Just push. Because right now what they're going to try to do is organize an attack right here. That's their target. Oh, I can't play g5. Just takes and I would lose this. So we have a better endgame here. I'm not sure I should have gone to d4. Like, I could take it. b6 so you can get checkmated, right? But maybe bishop d3, rook f7, bishop g6. I mean, I like how bishops do things like that. We're gonna drive him back to f8. Maybe that's smart, and then I can play, yeah, maybe that's smart. Something like this. All right, let's unleash the true power of the b-hops. Here, bishop g6, so it prevents, right, they work together preventing counterattacks. That's going to be the idea. And instead of playing g5, my new focus is going to be playing h5 and winning this pawn outright. I'm not trying to trade for it, I'm just trying to win it. If they attack me on f3, well, I just need to defend it. So rook f8. I was going to play h5, threatening bishop g7, so rook g8, I could just take it without losing. h5, I have an 85 covered for this moment in time. If they play bishop d5, I can cover that as well. I just need to hold this for a second, and then I will chase that rook right off the f-line. I couldn't play bishop g7 right away because of rook g8, and I would lose one of them. So bishop d5, I can play either rook c3 or rook h3. I'm going to play rook h3. The reason being that I want bishop e3 in this position, and it would have blocked my defense. Here I can play bishop e3 without with this rook still guarding, and the rook would have not guarded otherwise. e5, yeah, it could have actually been a serious problem. Bishop would have had nowhere good to go. Now you don't have an 85, which would have had all sorts of threats. And then takes g4 check with the pin, and on f3 as well. So they play e5 to stop. Now bishop g7 becomes very strong, or g8 takes because the pawn is defending the bishop. So they play e5, but bishop e3, we have that defended still. And I'm just going to pick off h6. The only thing your only option is to play rook h8, which would be a massive win for Team William. Big concession in the position to just tie your rook down to that pawn would be brutal. But, so they're trying to do something else. I could play f4. And then try to, like, play f5. But f4 gives them maybe an 85. King g3 takes. Okay, it's probably still winning, but should I just take it? Rook f3, trade, drop back bishop g5, and run with the h-pawn. Probably simplest. Although, not to knock f4, I think that was also a good way to win. But an 85, yeah, it had all sorts of ideas. An 83, so it attacked g4, potentially trading here. But an 83 check would have been a fork. Don't want to forget about that. So rook takes f3, has to be played. And now, I think this has resolved really nicely. And something I'm going to do here is actually bishop g7, again against an 85. 85, knight f6 are the big resources for them. I'm keeping that knight out of the game. It would have attacked here. Okay, knight d3 wasn't actually a threat, but taking here could have been. Knight f6 could have checked my king. These bishops are doing a great job shielding all these squares. The rook cannot get down. Rook g8, I have h6. And otherwise, yeah, bishops are just covering so many important squares on the chessboard right now. h6, h7, h8, right? They had all those covered. So knight f8 comes. Let's give a check. Bishop e6, I think... No, I need to be very careful. Yeah, I mean, trade could have allowed for some... Knight e6, though, maybe walks right into pin. h6, h7, h8. Is there a reason I can't just do that? h6, king b8. Take h7. I also think I have rook d1 here. Do I need to just take it and take it? So both should be winning. And now, yeah, so this knight hit here could have been annoying, but I can actually, at this point, just eliminate the knight. Light square bishop, you have served me very, very well. But as with a lot of endgames where two bishops outclass a bishop and knight, sometimes the final touch is to actually give up that bishop pair for the knight. And we got to the last light square. before. Like, if they were able to play bishop g8 and bishop h7 first, could have been a different story. But fortunately, we made it to the last light square on the board. And we will make it to the promised land. And I think this was a really nice endgame. Showed maybe some actual quality endgame technique from the Gambit man. Missed a lot here in chat. I'll see you later, Tim. Alright, lots of spite checks. Really appreciate your contribution of spite checks when the outcome is completely decided. I'll review the game in the meantime. Oh, no, I gotta move. Thanks. Okay, so this was actually like a quality game. This was just like a quality game overall against a good opponent. Gambit Man plays educational endgame. Title of the YouTube video. Chat, comment what you think the YouTube title should be if this goes on YouTube at all. So d4 takes knight c3. So we had donned the Gambit glasses for maybe an exciting KO von Popel coming out. My opponent plays bishop f5. We play f3, hoping for like the pawn takes f3, queen takes f3, and attack here and here. Right? That's what separates the von Popel from like the Black Mardemer. Here, where queen takes f3 is never an option, the bishop is back home, it doesn't do anything, doesn't have things to attack, so you always have to play knight takes f3, and then they're able to play bishop f5, cover up. What do I mean by cover up? Bishop g5, if they're just playing knight d7, so not bishop f5, then we have here f3, and knight takes f3 is totally fine to play if you're not attacking here and here. We're going to take this diagonal first, right? So here, just our classic, our favorite, our absolute maneuvery of when we have this diagonal and when we lose that pawn. Boom, boom. Threaten to pile up on h7. Knight is frozen because of checkmate. h6 gets mated. Otherwise, they keep doing stuff. We keep trying to eliminate knights. Take, 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 and checkmate. So h6, well, you could just take it. g6. I mean, here, okay, knight takes d7, and we are winning material already in this position. If not, you know, you can add more guys. So, fun lines in the Von Popel Gambit. I'll link that below for more stuff there. But sometimes your opponent, you know, no fancy Gambit stuff. Queen takes f3, hits this, bishop c8, castles here, d5, boom. Just blow them right off the board. Those are the most common moves. I've had that a number of times. You know, as you can see here, I'll pull up my stats. Okay, win rate's pretty solid. 90% when they take. Knight d7 is actually the top stockfish choice. My win rate's there even. Not so bad either. We're trying to replace the knight, defend here, right? So we play g4, queen e2, trying to make them do stuff anyway. Okay, all covered on the channel. f3, my opponent plays e3. All right, what can you do? So, we can just play here g4. Okay, actually, typically I play knight e2 first and then g4. In all 5 of my other games, it's not really super important. What we're going to do now is try and attack this bishop, right? So an idea I like in a lot of lines is if you can pull it off, put the knight there, and then play h4. So threaten to trap that bishop with h5. So very often in this situation, if they get the bishop out, we try and like really hound that bishop and put it in hot water. They f4, h4, h5. And so when we play h4, they're going to play h6, and we're going to be in position to play knight takes g6 and force f takes g6 before their bishop can make it back to h7. So we can put our knight there and then play h4 so that they can't get that in one turn. So knight e2, e6 happened. I mean, I played h4 here, which is just totally fine. h6, bishop takes e3. I think I've had probably this exact position on the board before. Okay, maybe not. Bishop takes e3. This stuff I think is kind of covered in the original video. So bishop b4 and knight d5. I think this was actually really, I mentioned this in the game, really well played on their part. If they were kind of just to hang out here, I would play knight f4, hitting the bishop there. You don't want f takes g6, so now you play bishop h7. And now I have lots of fun ideas with maybe g5 and g6. Yeah, g5, takes, try and play g6. That can get really nasty with a pin right there, forcing f takes g6, like really right in your face. Lots of problems for that bishop. And, you know, I think there's some pretty... There was actually a cool rucksack line that you could get that was in the original video also. Anyway, even if you don't have any of that, just queen d2 or queen e2, long castles, and, okay, d5, g5. Lots of good strikes in this position. Not obvious where the king goes. and how. You know, you want to go this way. I mean, I think you're asking for it. And then queen e7, I mean, is, I think, like a little bit of an awkward move. Okay, g5 is already very, very good here. So what they did of trying to come after me, so they're like, okay, well, your king's in the middle. I'm going to play bishop b4 and follow that up with knight d5, trying to attack here, here. Maybe I'll look at ideas of slipping around here. So a3 I played, and knight d5. I think that was a really, really nice follow-up move, rather than just kind of like playing bishop a5 and letting me do my thing here. Yeah, b4 was something I was considering, but yeah, I was maybe just going to play like knight f4 and these other ideas. Okay, in the game, we had here knight d5, which was a nice move, right? So I can't just take the bishop. They take my bishop, and it's a very bad trade. Queen is hit, and knight takes c2 comes with the bishop support here. So that wasn't an option. They're taking advantage of my only unprotected piece in the position. I play bishop d2, sliding back. That was a big blunder. Yeah, because we both missed this great move. Bishop d2 makes a lot of sense, right? Okay, like there's pressure on c3. Let's just break that pin and prepare for the trades on c3. There were trades on c3. I was lucky, though, because this bishop's under attack, and what it can do is suddenly reroute to e7. I have another diagonal that I've really opened up onto my king. My queen is here. I'm not close to castling because now suddenly all these guys are in front of my king. Bishop takes h4 is coming. Yeah, I was talking about this during the game. I don't know how you defend that. You got to go like here and here. Not great. Not great. Although somehow, you know, you're not doing worse than just being down a pawn. King's here. It can still be safe, and the position can still be all right. But yeah, not the best. So the best would have just been sliding back here, bishop f2. I guess a3 wasn't a great move. Knight f4 I should have played. Okay, allowing this. It's tough to play because yet you don't have a great spot for your king, but maybe just king f2 and we're just safe here, and like the position's just good. We're just safe because the position's good. I think it's just that. I think it's just that. So a3, knight d5. Yeah, bishop f2 should have slid back that way because I need to cover this diagonal. Bishop d2, but none of us saw it, so he just took on c3, knight takes c3, and it's just a really nice untangle move. Like, the knight is here awkwardly blocking pieces, and to just be able to play knight takes c3 for the dark square bishop was actually just a really nice trade for me. So here comes queen d6, and yeah, I said during the game, I was maybe a little too concerned about queen g3, which is kind of crazy to say, but yeah, I mean, you talk about this line here, check, king e2, ed5, it's fine. It's actually fine. I played king e2, which is such a stupid move. And a rook on e8 would literally be checkmate. Castle's rook e8 would literally be checkmate. But okay, you just play h5, drive it back, queen e1, make a queen trade. Maybe you play like rook h3 or something like that. Just here, slide the king. You can just hang out like this, which is a little crazy, but playable. So none of these moves, yeah, h5 also, you know, I mean, technically allows this, king e2, but yeah, it's just a check, and then, you know, you can deflect this guy away with like queen 1 or something, just force him out of there, and the king can just be safe over here, no problem. I mean, the king's only unsafe if there's resources to get it, right? So it's going to be hard for black to like get their king safe and like dominate the position such that they can like really control like a lot of files opening up onto my king. Of course, that would be their goal, but maybe not before, you know, I am striking with d5 or something like that in the position. But not that it's so fun to play with your king there, but it's playable. Okay, queen e2 I play trying to parry queen g3 check with queen f2. What was the big idea here? Just knight c6. Just ignore the queen g3 resource. Knight c6 threatening knight d4, which you know would be pretty bad, and they're ready to castle. My opponent got really excited about this idea of going check, trading here, take c3 and take c2. So they got a little greedy. Yeah. So this endgame is not great for them. They should just accept it and play castles, defend g7. And okay, I have a bishop. I have two bishops and a little bit of extra space for bishop and knight. This is something you see out of like a Capablanca book or something, right? Like, okay, obviously he's gonna win that. However, my opponent did something a little different here. I'll turn off the engine. It's kind of lame. Bishop takes c2, and just kind of looking at the unprotected things in the position. Yeah, they're trying to grab that pawn and then run away. But they're not developed, and they're not castled, and now their only piece is very offsides and asking for, like, a rook c1 hit. And the reason why they played knight takes c3 and brought my bishop there is because if they took first, I would take on d5 and then rook c1. So now there would be nobody in the way, there would be no bishop in the way, and I would just be able to take c7 with lots of problems for them. So they didn't do it in that order, but they really wanted c2, so they took here, and they took on c2. They got a little greedy here. Now we're playing d5, causing all sorts of problems. So the thing is, now if e takes d5, what I was going to do is I was probably going to throw in rook c1. Okay, bishop goes somewhere, not obvious where. Let's say b3. I would take g7, attacking here. rook h7, bishop f6, right? So, or maybe, I don't know, can I even take c7 here? Bishop f6, yeah, maybe bishop d3 now, I can trap that. I have ideas with rook e1 to follow that up, and c7's hanging. So yeah, not, oh my goodness, even worse position than you thought. It's so bad. E takes d5 is so bad. I mean, their position is already even not great. So yeah, you can't allow just taking g7, because the rook can run out of squares really quickly, especially, right, when you play rook h7 is the only spot to not, like if I take that as well, and I have all these, and the bishop pair to support them, it's just game over, right? So rook h7, I would back up, and I would play rook c1. Bishop can't stay on this diagonal. h5 would trap it, so the bishop has to go over there, and then bishop d3 can trap the rook. So tough situation for black. d5, so they have to defend g7 probably at all costs. They have to defend g7 at all costs so that I don't get just some dominant pawns here. And a benefit here, I thought, yeah, maybe with f takes e6 you open this file. And yeah, I was going to play this with bishop c4, just collecting the pawn though, and the bishops continue to snipe quite nicely. Yeah, knight c6, I mean, you can play around this, and this could be a lot worse if you're black. But, I mean, it's still like a very pleasant position here for white. I don't think f3 is going to be too bad of a weakness. I can just play king g3 if I need to. So there's no bishop e4, rooks come to the middle. Good stuff. In the game, knight d7 was played, looking to develop and castle the other way. The problem is that after trading here, I play rook c1, deflect the bishop, I grab g7, and I can just run away, castles. Now, we're in a same situation as before, equal pawns, but I traded this g-pawn for this d-pawn, which is just a great, great trade, because now these get very, very dangerous. And also there's some weaknesses here. So, but the technique here matters a lot. The technique here matters a lot, because bishop d3, rook f7. And now, if you don't know what you're doing, this can actually go south pretty quickly. So, for example, like g5 makes a lot of sense, but I think the issue was takes, and I think, like, yeah, just knight e5 right now, or e5, and e5. E5, bishop here, bishop d5, right? Suddenly lots of pressure comes on f3. Rook f8, knight can come to e5 in some lines with e4. Not easy and obvious what to do exactly. I can't play g5 right away. Taking it slow here was also apparently fine. King g3, just defending this, and then maybe eventually building up to g5. But there's a more dynamic way to play here, which is bishop d3, rook f7, and bishop g6. Trying to chase the rook off of this f line immediately. Not playing g5 to try and promote on the g line, but actually just trying to win this pawn outright. Right, so rook f4, bishop e3, just chasing the rook away. Rook f6, I would play h5, defending this. Oh, I guess that's why it's the best. Bishop comes back to e4, I guess. And then g5 comes, and g6. G5 now with tempo on the rook. So, bishop g6, rook f8, and now here h5. The point being that the bishop is protected, right? If I were to just play bishop to g7, attacking the rook g8, and I would lose something here. So I play here h5, and my bishop is actually in the perfect spot to defend knight e5 for a second, which would have all sorts of nasty threats on f3, on g4, potentially d3, potentially taking this bishop, right? So I didn't want any of that. The rook is now back on f8. These bishops controlled all the squares and chased it back to f8, so they can't double up with rook f8, so they can attack f3 one time, and now rook h3, very important move, so that after e5, bishop e3, and the rook is not being blocked from defending f3. But so the bishop was either coming now to g7 or to e3, and it's this exact critical moment that they're not able to put another rook on the f line or a knight on e5. They don't have that. And so they're not able to attack f3 another time. h6 is just going to sit there and die. And so e4 was a way to do it, but it's not effective, really, to end with the pawn there, because this trade is just so dominant. Now I have these excellent pawns, and even though the pawn count here is technically equal, there's really no doubt about it, as bishop g7 takes away their last vestige of counterplay. And again, I think it's just so beautiful, again, how these bishops continue to operate. Bishop g6 with the rook there prevented, and both the bishops prevented the rook from having any squares along that f line for the rooks to double. And now again, knight e5 is not possible. Rook coming out at all here is not possible. Rook g8 is h6. Rook e8 here, trying to come around any counterplay here. There's just nowhere to go. So here, knight f8 was played. Just check. I mean, there's really nothing to do here. This pawn is just rolling. And we took that knight and h7, and we go. So I actually think a quality endgame out of a Popel Gambit. Quality chess, unsubscribed. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. All right. Subscribe, GCRU, baby. Midwest chess. How do you get... You can control the capitalizations? Midwest, like Michigan. M-I. I love it. It's actually really good. Thank you. Oh, wow. Jose Capablanca himself is complimenting my endgame. What could possibly be a higher compliment? Oh. Boo. Take my pawn. My friends want me to come to a concert tomorrow of a band I've never heard of. Okay. What just happened? What's everyone texting about? Albert Owlsley. Play a6 here. I want them to castle so that I can attack. But they took my idea. Alright, I'll castle. Which way are you going, buddy? Which way are you going? You go that way. Maybe I'll play b5, b4. Okay, take. D takes c5, never a bad recapture. In general, king's pawns. Totally, yeah. I'm pro d takes c5. Even if you gotta go e takes f4 with it. 0 center pawns. Never bad. Never seen it be bad. Fun fact of the day. Alright, there's a lot of things I want to do, but I just kind of want, more than anything, I want to just, like, show me something. Show me something, baby. Where you going? Here. Okay. I'll drive you out. Or be careful about playing h6 in front of your king, though. The thing is, on opposite side castles, right? We talked about this before. If you have that hook right there, then b5, b4 presents an opportunity to trade pawns and open files, which is exactly what you want to do. Okay, you're like begging me to go knight d4. You brought the knight away from d4, and now we're poking around at my knight. Begging me. Begging you. Put your loving hand out, baby. I'm begging you. Put your loving hand out, darling. A nice surprise. Okay, I'll take it. Take. Kind of a weird path for the rook. Don't see that every day. But, oh, a3, c3. Doing them both. I was gonna say, yeah, if that didn't happen, like, castles, I mean, it had to be played at some moment. You need your king to be able to recapture, not lose that. Or, like, here. My plan was, like, c6, drive the knight away, and c4 at some moment. Not clear how these guys got out exactly. I would have figured something out. c6. Tough one there with knight b3 though. d6 r8. Kruger played. What's a Kruger? Put your loving in down mine. Alright, we'll develop here and just stack them up. I had to defend that. I didn't have to, but I did. Look at that rook. It was like the D file is for me. I actually haven't moved any of these guys. Isn't that crazy? But yeah, this was an interesting... Yeah, my opponent didn't want a castle, I guess, because they had played a3. But kind of took it a little far. Sometimes you gotta balance some things, you know? Balance some considerations. Rook takes f3 might be able to be played anyway. What's happening there? Takes, queen takes. I'll just go here. 2-1. Takes, queen takes. How did you not get mated on g2? Oh, queen f2. I thought I had queen h1. I don't. Wow. Capablanca's right. Sorry to hear. Yeah, you gotta analyze the games. Do as I say, not as I do. Analyzing is what makes you better, not playing. Okay. Are we really playing this? GG. Whoa, look at the username of the guy in first. Wakahahaha. Okay. Didn't last arena we also started with a loss and then won the rest of the games? Or no. I just won all the games. This arena is just so long that I saw it before. This was a 2-hour arena. Gotta get that gold. Oh, I'm playing him. Okay. He has a good chance. He's a good chance. I'll berserk it. Okay, let's play Grave Benko. Desert Lightning, what's up? Another Grave Benko. Ooh, e4. That's one of the top engine moves. e4, knight a4 is the top engine move, in fact. Because knight takes e4, it looks like it defends everything, but bishop d3, and they're actually doing pretty well after they recollect that. The best way to play, as I understand, is with just d6. Protect this. And we just kind of be like, okay, then take some space in the middle. Be like, okay, you put the knight over there. So b5, b4, I mean, it is an accomplishment because we hit the knight and we made it move. It's not so obvious what to do, though. Play your g6. Bishop. king. So we have like a... It's like a King's Indian. Put the bishop there so they don't want f4. Put the pawn here so they don't want a3. Have fun deciding between no good breaks in the position. This is Lightning with the donation. Thank you so much. Sack mate, baby. Love it. That's so kind. Knight h5, g4, knight f4, take, queen takes. I don't like that position at all. It's kind of funny. I hate it. Alright, let's just come back. Play f5. Maybe without g4. Okay, they're really trying to fight against f5, but I can just take. Yeah. Queen b1. I have enough. Knight b6, we have that under control. They took it. I don't know. I don't know about that. Now that pawn is mobile. It didn't need to be mobile. I guess the problem is, like, this pawn's not mobile because my knight is here, which is very awkward. Yeah, now they're able to attack it. Forgot about that. And I also can't really use my queen so easily without dealing with knight b6. So we've got some problems here to sort out. e4 takes... I could take a1 there. I mean, I think that's what I have to do. Not my number one choice. But I think it's what I have to do. I have no other way to defend f5. This might have been premature. It was premature. Alright, e4. They were prepared for that. Alright, I need to grab that rook in some order. Damn. This guy. C5. My opponent was really good. Like, really good. What can you do? No, just knight 7. What? That is absurd. No way. No way. No way would any human do that. That is absurd. No chance. I'm sorry. There's just no way. Knight e7, my only move was queen takes e7. My only move was queen takes e7 because this is checkmate in 1. No way would you play knight takes h6 and see this pattern. Are you kidding? No chance. I mean, come on. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm not this guy. I don't know if I've ever even done this from one game. But I'll let the moderators have a look. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I don't think that I'm wrong. I do not think I would be very, 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 very surprised if I were wrong. I would be very surprised. Okay. I mean, the knight take, like... Yeah, I don't think so. Rattles off e4 in the opening against an opening you've never seen before. Also, the knight a4. The knight takes h6 combo at the end. Instead of just, like, winning the queen and checkmating, like, a few moves later. You see that all in, like... How long did it take for him to play? 4 seconds he spent? I just don't know what the other explanation would be if he wasn't cheating. We will see. Lichess notifies you, right? If you report someone and they get banned? At least they used to. Hope I'm wrong. It's just that I'm not. Oh! Wait. Some combo of bishop g5 takes and queen d8, yeah? Just don't do it in the wrong order. It takes, bishop g5, queen d6. So I just need to go here first. d6 takes. And queen d8. Okay, they saw it. Let me do it. I'm still thinking about that. I just don't understand why people... What do you gain? What are you doing with your life? Why? Just why? I'll play queen takes. Castle's long. I could just go up a pawn. Okay, fine. I'll take this pawn. I thought they would recapture there. Doing a little gambit. Bishop still cuts them off. It's pretty annoying. Yeah, y'all are right. I mean, this person has won every game in this arena. Put your loving hand down, darling. I was gonna go queen g3. Oh no, I can go queen g3. There's no this. I'll just step here though. F4. E5. Surprise. On my knees. C4. Takes. So G6. F5. Bishop F4. No, you just lose. Yum. Okay, we got him. It's kind of annoying. It really set me back in my hunt for this digital trophy. I really wanted that. 23 minutes left in the arena. But we are now down to a tie for third. Three-way tie for third. Almost trap the queen. It gives him that. Other one gives him e6. Didn't want to give a2. I didn't even realize that before. I mean, this poor king, man. E5, E6. He will get his digital trophy. Well worth cheating for that. Funny stuff. Oh, you're in this tournament. Maybe we'll play. There's not much time left. My opponent is actually being really annoying and wasting arena time. Will be a 3-file checkmate. If we can get there. Here. Now the king's over here. Different 3 files. What is my opponent doing? Yeah, wasting arena time. This is frustrating. It's like I need to minimize moves to checkmate because they spend a long time. Thank God. Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye. So, what's going on over here? Look at this. Oh, what? I can't get that. Someone wrote... No way, a streamer in my server. Bruh. Who is he? Who? FM William Grafe. I'll just copy and paste this. LOL. Hello. How can I show this? Here. Oh, it went away. I think you saw it for a sec. No way. This dude is the same guy. Alright. I have no choice. I actually have no choice. I'm playing someone who I know. There's nothing I can do. You also can't abort. Okay. There's a way to play against these people. Where I can play solid enough and fast enough. Play against their clock. Takes a little bit of time to go back and forth. Just a little bit. Between entering moves I actually hate this person. I feel like this is one of these solid lines. That Stockfish won't be able to just KO me really quickly. Who knows? Ridiculous move, Queen B1. I think my bishop should have maybe been on A6. E5, H6 I would play. The heck? What an idea. Queen's coming to h5. Go here. Queen h5, I'll play f5. If I trade queens, but there's a takes b5, the endgame gets very unpleasant. I think. I also don't spend enough time to give me a chance. Bishop c6, queen h5. Yeah, is there a problem with this? Same as before. What was their plan here? Queen h5, f5? Rook takes. Don't know what the incremental value they got out of that was. Take c4, queen e6, queen f7, take. I think it's perfectly playable. Here, rook takes. And bishop e1 is their point. Come on, Mr. Fish. You're not so scary. I can beat you. Here. Bishop a2, I have bishop d5. The g3, I can attack this. I would just trade an ac3. I mean, just the fact that those last couple moves took them as long as every other move. When it should have been obvious to you that that was your idea. What are you doing? Here, knight b3, I can attack. G7, h6, and here. I just need to get them low enough so that you have to play themselves. That's the goal. But they move pretty quickly. What is this? That's actually really smart. Still trying to get here. Oh, there's just bishop g5. It's so annoying spending the same time on... It's like if you were to train your whole life to be a great sprinter, and then some fat guy just comes in and runs the race against you with rocket boosters in his shoes. Like, what are you even doing? What's the point? We know machines are better than humans. But that's not the point. That's not why we do it. It's like banging your head against a wall. It's impossible. Anyway. This is a fat guy with rocket boosters. Can I report him again? I thought yeah, didn't I block him last time we did this? Yeah, this is really quite overwhelming. Am I ever going to get Leechess to update my FM title? Yeah, actually, probably. I did it before just because I was lazy and because I didn't want people necessarily knowing that was my username, but now I think there's a lot of evidence that it's my username. Got another Grave Benko. Thanks, y'all. We got it. We got it. The delayed Benko Gambit. Getting the best possible version of it. Typically, this is what happens. Maybe against people who know what they're doing. This is now... If it were to come out... I'll analyze the other options later. Focus on this game for now. A lot of people got an 86 check, which is actually not a good move. After trade and 84, suddenly that knight does everything. Hits the queen, defends c5, and supports queen a5 check. Oh, that's exactly what he did. I'll show some better options at the end. So now, yeah, tough situation. You gotta be very careful. Queen e5 looks the most instinctive, but loses the fastest. It attacks here and here. However, queen a5 check, and there's just nothing to do. There's no block. That's smarter, because queen a5 check, now there's bishop d2. It doesn't force king d1, knight takes f2. So queen d3, d5 needs to be played. Queen a5 check, bishop d2, I would have had to trade everything. d5 played, defending here. I think queen d3 is a solid choice. Not that there was a great one, obviously. But now this position just flows really, really well. Castles, rook is going to attack f2. Bishop a6 going to attack that queen. Knight can also use that square, can jump to b4 via either c6 or a6. Looking at ideas of knight c2. Can't keep the knight out of b4 with something like a3, because takes, rook is in play. So really just a really, really fun position. Knight d6, not a great move. It's not so obvious what you play otherwise. Because like d5, e5, like this, these pawns can roll. But yeah, I mean, white is better off just doing something like that, honestly, in this line. But not a lot of people know that. So here, bishop a6. Queen moves. Taking takes. Makes a lot of sense. So, I mean, like, that's certainly an accomplishment to force that to happen. However, ac6. Trying to get to b4, right? So, like, knight f3, knight b4. Queen d1. Other option, castles, knight f3. I was even thinking about g5. I really want the knight to move. h3, h5? Is that so insane? I mean, it's pretty insane. Didn't I have some theory with this, actually? Now that I'm talking about it. Castles, knight f3. Wasn't there some knight c6, bishop e2, knight e5? Takes knight f2. This also just makes a ton of sense. I mean, it kills castling forever. But this might just be a little stronger. I think this was also a theory. I'm not going to play that, though. Let's play an AC6. Okay, bishop e2. He was going to play an a5. Takes. Knight of 2. Queen moves somewhere. Okay, I really wanted to keep my knight out of b4, but now this just gets more appealing. Knight e5 takes knight f2. It's got to be very good. e5 even makes a lot of sense. Introduces takes an e4. Introduces bishop f5. Queen f6. These are all good moves. Bishop e2. Bishop e6. F takes. So many options. Okay, knight e5 takes. Knight f2. Feels lame to just take a rook for... I need to make a decision here. Okay, let me just play an a5. That's crazy. I have to play the cheater guy again. Alright, knight takes e5. I even have rook takes f2, which is... No, not good. I mean, this rook takes a2 even in that position. But, okay, I'll just take everything. Bishop a6 would give them maybe an interesting queen sacrifice, so I won't do that. Thing is, yeah, castles long is never good for them because there's always this. There's always these files. So in these lines where you give A and B for C, whether that's this or the alphabet gambit, giving A and B for C means you have this. Oh, queen h4 check. Oh my goodness, it's gorgeous. Is that not the most beautiful move you've ever seen? Takes, rook takes f1, checkmate. Oh my goodness, that's so pretty. g3, knight takes g3. Still can't take the queen because of mate. No! So cool. That was so cool. That was so cool. Oh, queen h4 check. Oh my god, bishop a6. So like a knight here is actually still quite useful. Taking away that square forces the queen back to d1. Queen to h4 check. If g3, I was just gonna take it. Yeah, it's actually the best move. g3, I was just gonna take it. Still can't take my queen. This is still checkmate. What do you do? This is checkmate too. Cross. What do you do? Takes a6. Okay, you gotta be careful here. You gotta be careful here. Oh, you can just take back. This is still mate. This is still mate. It's controlled. Oh my god, you just recapture. Poor king. Poor king. Oh my goodness, that's nasty. That was nasty. Knight e5 here. Yeah, it was one of the best ways to win. Rook takes f3. I was thinking about this. Takes, knight e5. I don't know why I didn't do it. Look at that. Boom, boom. Get them all over the board. Fun stuff. That would have been fun. Okay, yeah. I mean, this is just so good. This is just so good. So here we play a6, and somehow we're getting the best possible position, right? So the point is, because if we play c5 right now, and this is the Benko Gambit, b5 takes a6, right? So knight c3 is a line in the Benko, but it's not a great line. And so if we can get this position, it would be great. It would be great. However, you know, pawn takes e6 is the main move. I mean, there's some other moves. b6 is an option. If we played a6 now to try and get this position, then white actually has a nice move a4, which shuts that down. So the reason why we play a6 now typically they're playing a c3, and, you know, if we did it in this order, you know, there's also problems. They don't have to play d5 here. right? So this is actually the wagon gambit line here with e5. Shout out Jan24. But we play here c5. Now, there's a number of other options. White has here e3, knight f3, d takes c5, all this stuff, but it's all covered in the original video. Oh, someone gave me a compliment. Hi, nice play. Thanks. So it's all covered in the original video there, detailing all the theory for how to play this. But so d5, b5, I mean, this is what you're getting most of the time here. Takes, 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 and now their knight is off sides. So what we can do now is e6, and still a number of ways for white to go wrong, actually, that are pretty cute. So d6 looks really strong. Looks like a well-supported pawn, knight c7 is coming. However, queen a5 check hits the knight, and forces knight c3 here, and then after, you know, going forward here, nice trade, rook a6 is actually one of my favorite moves in this line. So lots and lots of, like, really fun stuff here that they could fall into, and knight d6 was another pitfall that they fell into. So it takes and knight e4, already a really bad situation for white, because they've actually moved nothing on this whole half of the board. Typically, when we play Bush Gas Gambit, sometimes they move nothing on this whole half of the board. When we play these gambits, like the Alphabet Gambit, so c4, actually that's a6, and b5 right away, which is, you know, another great gambit that I have a lot of fun with. Similar patterns as these. Yeah, it looks like the queen's dominating on d6, but suddenly knight e4, and she's thrust backwards. Queen e5 would be a great option to attack here and here, but like I was saying in the game, no bishop to d2 without the queen's support. No block at all. You don't have your knight anymore. So king d1, knight takes f2, and you can just lose. So white chose one of the better options here, which is queen d3. Hits the knight, but d5, I'm perfectly happy to defend like that. Okay, e3. f3 was the best, but I don't think you want that. So knight e3 and castles. Knight f3 was a perfectly reasonable way to play. And yeah, here, so there's a number of ways that this, I mean, look at this, minus 2.6 position, just super dominant. Very hard to achieve these next couple moves when bishop a6 can come, when knight can come to e5, and like g5, g4 can be even a resource, or the knight can waltz into b4, something like this. Just lots of good stuff all over the place. So here I chose knight c6 and knight e5. Just one of many good moves here. Bishop a6 is another good move, and just taking on, and just capturing on f1 here. Nothing wrong with that. Their king has nowhere to go, right? Long castle is not a good idea in these lines. Knight here is just really, really dominant in the middle of the board. Just really tough to play for white in general here. So bishop to d2, I jumped in with knight e5. I just went for the simple route, just grabbing a lot of material. However, that was not the end of the fun at all, because my opponent, so knight f3, trying to patch back up against queen h4, still can't castle because of rook takes a2. Shout out to this rook, which was actually the hero of the game, kept the king in the middle. Supported bishop a6 also, even though that rook never moved. Queen d1, queen h4 check, and we got to play rook takes f1, and shout out for my opponent for letting me do it. So yeah, my opponent was 2184. Yeah, this is just a really great line in general. It's just a really great line in general. The absolute best way to play against it is with d takes c5, but it's really quite rare that you get this here, and even then, you know, your opponent's just kind of like vying for a slight advantage. I don't think this has ever even been played before in the Lichess database last I checked. So yeah, we play here c5, d5, b5, and the whole point here is that we're trying to then play b4, right? b5 doesn't make a lot of sense if there's no knight there, right? Imagine they played like knight f3 and you played b5. Not a ton to do if they just, like, are happy to recapture, right? Or I don't know, like, even anything else. Like, knight d2, they can just recapture. The point of b5 is to really distract this knight and try and play b4 and bother it. So, like, let's say they play knight f3, right? You wouldn't want to just take it and give them a nice recapture on c4 necessarily. You would want to play b4, and here, now you can play e6, you can chip away at this, and you can get a better version of, like, a Benoni game. So yeah, so this is the line. Against c4, play a6 on the second move, c5 on the third move, and then you get a very, very fun version of the Benko with e6. Check out the original video on my channel for a full repertoire there. Subscribe, and that checkmate once again. I have to show it. I have to show it. It was so pretty. It was so pretty. Queen to h4, take, and rook takes f1. Gorgeous. Waka-ha-ha-ha. Very frustrating. Grave Benko Immortal. Thank you, guys. Okay, I got a challenge. I'll accept this challenge. But after that, I'm gonna go watch Severance. Well, maybe soon. We'll see how I feel. Alright, good luck, Hossam. Maybe you have something fancy prepared against me. E4, E5. Oh. Good luck and make sure to mute the stream. This isn't that fun. I mean, I played a bush guess and we just got this. Okay. What can you do? Yeah, I'd like to see that too. The thing about cheaters is they never want to talk about their games because they can't explain what was happening or thought process. Obviously, right? Play your rook g8 now in preparation for the file opening? I don't know. Seems interesting. Of course, he doesn't have to open the file anymore, and I really showed my cards. Yeah, hard to really force some random person from the internet to talk about their chess games. H6 and pawn takes f6. Just step up. Happy to go pawn takes f6, of course. That would be a dream. But yeah, I'm ready to castle. Opposite side from their king. Try and make something happen. They never played h3. Really, by my own rule, my bishop should have been on g4 in that case. And then following it up with a d4. Here I'm giving them the option to eliminate the bishop. Okay. What to do here? Bishop g4. Bishop. It's kind of annoying to deal with. Do I have to take with the bishop? I don't really want to. Might have to with bishop, unless I just move the knight. Like, just move it. I should just take it. Okay, now knight e7 could be interesting. Trying to target d5 and force takes. I think if you're white and you're really smart, you don't take it. Even though it looks like you have to defend d5, you try and play d4 and rook e1. You don't take this. Okay, or a4, a5. Can I get this pawn? a5 and knight d4? Okay, I'll play your a6. think you d4, e4. Not clear. You need to play rook e1 first, so that takes d4. And now d4 is the right idea, but it's early. I think now e4. Again, you don't want to take it. Her rook on g8 is so funny. This is hyper premature rook g8. That really shows all your cards. Yeah, now it's just a question of what you do with this, because now you can't pin it. Before, if you would have played rook e1, then he takes it, then d4. After e4, yeah, you would have had something like a minimum trade and takes e4, right? Now, where do you go? Here, he just gives me that, blocking your queen. And I realize I fell out of the frame a little bit as I get tired and lean on my arm. Knight. Where? Anywhere else kind of sucks, and then I take this. What else can you do? Can you do something fun like rook e1 and yeah, they won. Unfortunate for them. So this looks good. Nice control smooth squares. And yeah, we executed the push pass rule, didn't open the files onto our king. Playing with fire a little bit, keeping our king there in the middle for a while. Rook a3, I'm always a fan of these little clever thingies. Little clever thingies. It's almost like they're called rook lifts. Yum? Nom 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 nom. I mean, I just want to kind of play d5 was really most of it. Which secures the center and such. Come back to d5. I could play knight c6. If they play d5 and e5, it's fine. I think we're solid enough now. And we collected 2 pawns. Okay, no checkmating attack or even an attack at all. And I can castle, and there's no takes in bishop g4 because of this rook. I would have had f5 anyway. Okay, but there's no castle short either. Kind of a shame. We'll be okay over here. What are you going to do to me? Okay, I mean, they have some nice squares for their pieces, but it's 2 pawns. Like, I would have much rather had a raging attack than captured a couple pawns, you know? H6. So takes bishop g4, I have f5. I think they missed that. That's why probably why they played h3 to support that. I would have had to play. I would have just played king b8 otherwise. Thanks, William. I really enjoy your games and your style of play. I've learned so much from them. Oh, thank you. That's very nice. Oh, bye, Capablanca. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you. Okay, f4. Gonna take it. Bishop g4. Replacement pawn. Otherwise, f3. Go pawns, go. f3. Should just stack. I could go queen g7 right now. It's probably a very good move, actually. Don't know how you guard it. f3, also a good move. Bishop takes f3, probably best. Queen g7, e1. Not pretty. Not pretty at all. Queen g7, e1. Go here, 3. Probably bishop takes best. They could play g3 if they were feeling lucky. G3, F4, bishop G4. It's funny, I would have got my pawns to F3 and F4 suddenly out of nowhere. Would have been an absolute steamroll. But yeah, bishop takes F3. I mean, they should do it. Ooh, look at that. Look at the path of these pawns. Takes, right? And then all of a sudden, F5, F4, F5, F3, F4. Okay, G4 played. Kind of a fun situation there. These are still locked out by these guys. Not as fun of a situation there. Let's go here and shift them over, though. What I could have done maybe last turn is like knight e5. Takes, rook takes G3. I don't know, something to just make them feel involved. The pin. I'm not sure it would have been so helpful, though. I don't think it was a good idea. I think what I did is better. Okay, my opponent doing a nice job actually shelling up and making this a little difficult on me. Maybe more than a little. They're hanging on here. How to break through? Not apparent at all. I need more resources. So I need to support E3. I need to use my other pieces. So let's go to A5 and knight C4. They are holding on. Knight C4. I can delay knight C4 for a second, as maybe I focus on rerouting this guy. I mean, what a dominant cluster here. Ah, with this cut off, can I take and take? Well, I'll play bishop c7 while I think about that. Take, 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 king takes g1, queen takes h3. Looking at the g2 square, knight's still in my way. But the queen can't come over. Nobody can come over. E3, well, I don't know what I'm doing with this diagonal, because E3, they don't have to make this pawn move. They can just take F3. So this is really the idea I'm going to. Take, 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 take. And then what do we got? Something with like knight c4, maybe knight e3? Takes, takes, and something to finish the drop there. This... Well, what if I just trade everything here? Probably that's effective. Could have also taken on h5. Take on h5. Yeah. Okay. So queen takes g4. It's not obvious where the checkmate is. I don't have a third rook. Sacrificed them all. But the knight, like these pawns are so good. Knight there is stuck, hang on by a thread, guarding g2, and you can't get these pieces over. Like, you just gotta sit there and wait until I figure something out. Basically. What am I gonna figure out? That's the big question. Maybe you zigzag in here? I'll figure something out. You hang tight. Really nothing White can do. Like, I'm thinking about ways to get the queen to f1. There's no way to get it to f1. There's no way to get it across this knight. Can you make counterplay over here? No, I don't see it. Actually, now... with... well, e3, again, you don't have to take it. You don't have to take it. Gotta keep reminding myself that. In fact, it's not gonna take it. Okay. With the second rank guarded, should my knight have come here? C4. So, okay. This was very clever counterplay, because I actually am still not seeing a way through. Where should my king be? To be out of the way as much as possible, because queen f8 comes. I think I should be here. Queen d... No, it's not right. Okay, let's go knight c4. So there's no rook b2. Queen will come to f8. So it's just going to do is take and then run over here. With the queen guarding. Just need everything protected for a second. I'll figure out the most precise way through. Because I can even play 3. Well, that's really the way to do it, right? e3. Get my queen to g3. And f2. Let's take this pawn, I think. e3. Yeah. No, I mean, that's right. Check, let's take away that. e3 takes. Queen g3 check. Yeah, this is good. Potentially I should have been... Because white has nothing they can do, I should have maximized my position first before going for it. Just on principle. Which means bring the king to a7. But it's okay. Takes, there was queen g3 check, and queen takes e1 also with check. Now I was going to take f2. Again, with everything covered, queen h3 is just trading wins. And now I have queen g3. Got rid of the pawn. I just need to get rid of the pawn. That was the point of e3. Just get rid of the pawn. But very well defended by my opponent. Okay, I'm actually willing to just trade queens here. So I try to make that knight move. G, G, G. Tricky breakthrough there in the end. Whew. I'm exhausted. All right. Good game. Good game, Sir Hossam CV. Ooh, so we had a bushcast. It was bushcast declined. And one of these positions. And I think I got a little ahead of myself with this move, rook g8. Good game, Hossam. With this move, rook g8. I like this because I like g takes f6 and attack on the g line. But it's a little jumpy. h6 takes, yeah, pawn takes f6. It gets, it, like, I love doing this, but if your opponent knows how to punish it, it can actually, it can bring yourself some tricky squares. What you need is, like, to be able to castle and stack the g line, but you're not going to have time to do that necessarily with the knights jumping around and with the queen jumping around in your face. So, you know, I play your rook g8, but I run into a little bit of trouble here with the knight advancing to d5. I have to take with the bishop, which isn't ideal. Yeah, I mean, my own rule of trying to attack this, like, if they castle, is bishop comes to g4, and knight d4 follows. If their pawn's on h3, even better. Bishop can't come to g4. Bishop will come to g4 anyway, but, like, with a big boom. With a pawn trade there and there, bishop takes g4, recaptures, and, you know, you're doing great. So, in the game here, bishop g5, bishop g6, castles, I play here rook g8, right? So, okay, this happens, takes, and e7. I attack d5, and suddenly here things start going a little sideways because I win that pawn. So, yeah, it makes a big difference to play rook e1 first, because d4, e4, the push-past rule, right? You want to open a file, especially where my king is, you're correct, but I want to not open that file. So d4, e4, to have that resource, just push past the pawn, no pawn trade, is something to be very, very aware of. And so rook e1 first, making sure that e4 is not an option in this position here. Like, I just can't control that pawn right there. So rook e1 first, preparing d4, and, you know, black needs to be very, very careful here. d4 first allows me e4, and I think this makes a huge difference now that I'm able to just take this pawn. That's not without necessarily being able to run into something. I guess there's this resource take c4, c5, which gets a little tricky. So my king is still in the middle, and I still ways to take advantage of that. In the game, rook a3 though, and I was able to kind of take some more pawns and get away with this. And I was able to consolidate here, and you played very, very well, and especially here to defend and hang on to this. Okay, like yes, it's winning. It's not really obvious how it's winning. You know, as the pawns advance, I like this little pattern with f5, f4, f3, f5, f, and yeah, okay. Eventually we broke through. This was also really stubborn defense. Queen coming around, that's absolutely the way to go. Get the queen near the enemy king if you're losing. That's always possible for a queen to just be able to give lots and lots of checks. So it's something, you know, I had to be very aware about. But so finally I found the winning idea, which I believe is this move e3. Knight e3 at some moment could have done it too, but e3 eliminating that pawn and queen g3 check. But very, very good game here by Mr. Hossam. Thank you so much for the game. You were nervous and couldn't do your best. I think you played a great game. Good work. Good work. And in general, like, you know, especially if you're playing someone higher rated than you, whatever it may be, you've got nothing to lose. You got nothing to lose. Just play all the pressures on them to beat you. Good game, guys. So we're already here on YouTube. Please subscribe. Smash that subscribe button, as Hikaru would say. And, you know, you see the link tree right there. You see the link to Discord. That's the best place. Awesome community. If you're playing chess just, like, kind of alone, you're just playing your games. No one to share them with. Discuss about chess. You want to share your games. Discuss all of that. Get notified when I go live and post new videos and everything. Awesome community in our Discord. Join there. Subscribe on YouTube. Gambit Chaz, rise up, baby.